interviews Daniel Lanctot on his time as a documentary filmmaker. Why did you choose to do documentaries?
So I did some movies where I was one of the directors or an actor or a regular movie, and I love that. But I really wanted to try to challenge myself, tell stories about people's real life situations. And one way to do that is to share their story with other people. And so documentary film is a way of sharing people's stories, like their real life story with other people.
How did you find out about these stories?
It's been different with each one. For both of them, it was kind of the type of thing where in just meeting people and telling them about how I do filmmaking, they were kind of like, oh, there's this story. We really want you to hear about it because maybe you could do something to share this story with others. All of the stories for the bigger films I've done have been like stories kind of finding me.
Gypsy Blood, would you like to tell us more about that documentary?
There's a group of people called gypsies who live in Europe mostly, and they have had a lot of problems through history because they don't have their own country, and traditionally speaking, people don't like them very much, unfortunately. It's really sad. So this story was about how some of them had lost their home because of a war, and then when they had new homes, those homes were on land that was like not safe. It's like kind of land that had poison. These were people that were really sad about that and angry about that.
With the local customs, do you have to follow some of the customs that they go by?
That's a really great question. I was, because I was coming and I worked with translators because I didn't know how to speak the language. So that was the first challenge. In Cambodia, I could speak a little bit of the national language. Okay, but this was like indigenous community, so they spoke their own language. It was really important for me to be respectful and to follow their lead. I would eat with them their traditional food. I would be like, for the movie, whatever we would shoot and we would edit, we would bring back to the community to share with them so they could say, okay, this looks good, or not so much. So that was a way to respect their culture, I think, was to have them involved with the movie. So it was a little different than maybe some filmmakers do, but for me, that was really important.
Did you go into any place that was dangerous?
I was, wanting to have the video to be as powerful as possible. And there was one point where there was a sign that said danger. And I learned afterwards that I shouldn't have walked out to that and taken video. That was a mistake because it's very, even just getting close to that land in Kosovo is actually it's very toxic. So I did do that, unfortunately, and that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that.
If you're interested in learning more about Daniel and his documentary films, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe.